Having the PVCs on the rooftop has dramatically reduced our electricity bill. 97% of the power we consume is from our solar system. We've ended up with 14 kilowatts of PVCs on the roof, and that's just about right. It's excellent in the summer, and it's just a bit shy of what we could use in the winter. The power you make at home is the most efficient power you can possibly use, because power generated at the coal-fired or gas-fired power plant, 70% of the energy produced is lost before it makes it to your hot water system or your refrigerator. So they're producing 70% extra just to get the power produced and into your home. Whereas with your solar system, the power is coming directly in from the roof. There's no wastage of production. We run our dishwashers in the daytime, the washing machine, the hot water system, the pool pump. In the summertime, we charge the cars in the daytime as well. My system is running with a payback period of 8 and a bit years, and that's covering the PVCs on the roof, the battery attached to the house, and the 2 EVs, and our cooking and heating and hot water system are now all electric. We haven't paid an electricity bill in many, many, many months now. We've had our system in place for 31 months, and I think we've had one bill just recently.
We moved to induction cooking because we were early adopters of solar, particularly interested in energy efficiency, and we're an all-electric household, so wanting to keep up with energy efficient cooking. What really has convinced us about the benefits of induction cooking is how fast it is, that it's a lot cleaner, just wipe the stove top over and it's done, and it is saving us on our energy bill. And even though we chose to purchase new pots and pans, you don't have to do that. You can actually buy a mat that you put under your pots and pans so that they can be used on induction cooktops. Induction cooking is part of being an all-electric household. We have only a 1.5 kilowatt system because we're early adopters, but we now are more than $700 in credit after 2 years with our current energy retailer. Noosa is a biosphere, and we know that we're part of the transition to renewable energies.
First, I always say to people, start with getting your home insulated and draft-proofed, and that way you've got a base, and then you can add the smallest air conditioning system you possibly can. The smaller it is, the cheaper it is to buy, the cheaper it is to run, and if you're running it all day long with your solar power, then a small unit is very capable of supplying a large building. If you've got a particularly large building, maybe 2 units. If your home doesn't have insulation, then you're going to have a bigger air conditioning system in place. So we chose split systems over using a ducted air conditioning system because split systems are far more energy efficient. The insulation, reducing the energy that you need, and then electrifying everything so that you're using the energy that you're producing yourself, and then automating it so that it's occurring at the time of day that uses the resource that you have. We just wanted to put it in a position that we didn't have to worry about energy anymore. We wanted to be in a position where financially it wasn't a stress, and also knowing, that environmental piece as well. We're only on this earth for a short time, and we've got the ability to either do good or be, live sort of very selfishly. Having an efficient energy process and making your own energy saves us so much money, and when we're looking at spending money, what's the next biggest thing that we can do to have the biggest impact environmentally in our lives? So the hot water system can essentially become a battery for us. By running it in the middle of the day, you're storing energy inside your hot water system that you can then use at any time, night time or in the morning. The simple way of achieving that is putting a simple timer on your hot water system. solar systems make the most energy between 10 and 2 p.m. So I'd recommend having the hot water system come on at 10 a.m. and letting it run through to 3 p.m. If you have a family of 2, it probably runs for about an hour when it's on, and then it goes off when the temperature's reached. If you've got a family of 4, it's probably around about 2 hours before it reaches temperature and then switches itself off. If you're making a decision to buy another hot water system, choose one with a big tank. It's a bigger battery. It just means that you don't have to worry about running out of hot water. Here in Queensland, we're in a very unique advantage of having good sunshine. So if you can couple making your own energy with some energy efficient equipment, you can supply energy to your home essentially for free. When you look at these things and you say, so if I could do something that was good for the earth, that also led to a great financial outcome for me personally or my family, would I do it? Of course you would. It's simple.
Controlling your pool and controlling the various pumps in your pool can be a bit of a complex process. There are some turnkey solutions that you can use to control your pool, but they can cost many thousands of dollars, and I wanted something a little bit simpler than that. So I was talking to my electrician. We found some outdoor power sockets that were available from Bunnings, and we could control them remotely. They're hooked into my wireless network in my house, and so I have one hooked into the pump for my filter, and I have the other socket plugged into the pump for my heat pump, and so I can control my heat pump and my filter pump independently. Some of the newer heat pumps do have Wi-Fi connectivity and you can control them from your app. My heat pump was an older model, and so it didn't have Wi-Fi connectivity, so I couldn't control it remotely. So I got the electrician to come in and he took the existing socket off the wall and replaced a double power point inside my pool utility room with this controllable pool socket, and then control it from my phone. The sort of equipment I needed to control it, instead of costing me thousands of dollars, cost me less than $100 to get this smart socket. So my heat pump had a flow switch in it, so when the pump was running and detected flow, it would turn on and start heating the water, and then when the flow reduced, it switches itself off. And so it was a fairly simple way to control it. Some of the local pool contractors, they helped me through the process. I've got an electrician who understands how my house runs. The standard rate for energy in Queensland is about 42 cents a kilowatt hour. That would be quite an expensive proposition. But because I run my electricity off my solar, off my rooftop, and I'm on the wholesale spot price, I only switch the heater on when it's less than 5 cents a kilowatt hour, so it becomes quite economic. The impact on my family is that it really extends our swimming season. We can swim much longer.
The reason we got into having a home battery was it was something we'd been thinking about and reading about for many years, and I'd been waiting for the right opportunity. We were putting an awful lot back into the grid that we just weren't using, and having to buy power at night. The return for putting it into the grid was not even close to the cost of using it at night time. I finally decided that I would just go with the best technology I could find, and I did consult with some friends who have expertise in the area, and in the end settled on a modular style of battery. It gave me the flexibility to expand the battery capacity over time. It helped spread out the cost of buying the batteries. Having a battery completely changes your electricity consumption profile. In the summer months, which I count as being 9 months of the year, we just don't use the grid. 97% of the electricity we consume is generated by our system here, and that's because we don't need to use the grid because we have a battery. Oh, I love it. I love the fact that we've got a battery.
I did a calculation on the cost for charging the vehicle with normal mains electricity. That came out just under $500 for that distance for a year, and it came out at nearly $2,000 for a petrol vehicle. The car was supplied with a charging cable, and it just goes into a normal 3-pin plug.
Every EV owner, when they first get their EV, has what they call range anxiety. But there's a wonderful app called PlugShare. You just go on that, look at where you're travelling, the distance between EV charges, and just map it out in that way. The Queensland Government very early set up what they call the electric vehicle superhighway. EV chargers at regular stops all along the Queensland coast. They're normally located in areas where you can go and get a cup of coffee, do a pit stop break. Range anxiety really has to be a thing of the past. It's a fixed price service. The last time I got it done, it was fixed price at $200. The best thing about owning an EV is feeling good about how you're helping the planet.
I had tons of solar power, it just wasn't exactly the right amount at the right time of the day. And I came across some open source software that let me tune how fast my car was charging. And I could also measure how much solar I was producing, and so I could actually match the two. And so I could ensure that my car wasn't charging faster than how much my solar panels were producing. I had a really shocking gas bill for my heating. And then I went, I could electrify my heating and put in a reverse cycle air conditioner, and similarly for my hot water. And so I looked at how can I start doing this optimization for all of the electrical devices in my house. Heat pumps for water heatings, heat pumps for space heating, for pool heating. But how do you glue all those things together? And this is where my monitoring and control solution came in, and it really optimizes it around cost. I wanted to see how far could I take this. It was having efficient devices and using them at exactly the optimal time. There is some complexity installing a household monitoring and control system, and I very much recommend people do it in stages. Start out with a monitoring regime. So you can get things like smart plugs that you can just plug into a wall socket. You might be able to plug your fridge into that, or your dishwasher, or your washing machine, and that'll start giving you an idea around how much energy various devices consume. The software is free. There's a custom box that you can purchase, which is relatively modest. Probably the biggest investment is the time, but it now means that I have all of these things in one app. I've now included the price in my app. I've also now included the weather. My home automations will actually charge things more today because the price is going to be higher tomorrow, or there won't be as much solar production tomorrow. And by my calculations, I'm saving about $15,000 a year.